take a look at those really quick, okay? And so I'm going to give you a problem where you kind of start it together and maybe work on it on your own for a couple minutes. And then we'll have time to do stamping and anything else we need to get caught up on, okay? All right. So let's do, so you have something to write on somewhere. It doesn't matter, scratch paper, no homework notebook, whiteboard, I don't care, pick something, okay? So let's say we have the function f of x equals, yes, I know.
Oh, okay.
You may grab it.
I'm so sorry.
It takes up a lot of space.
I believe you.
All right. What is it, Ruby?
It's a baritone sax.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry.
I told my daughter next year to play the flute because it's light.
Oh, no. Tell her to play too.
You're welcome. All right, so we are looking at that function, okay? I'm going to say that it goes our standard 0 to 4 with 4 rectangles, okay? Or 4 subintervals. So it could be rectangles, it could be trapezoids, all right? The first thing I want you to do is I want you to create a table. It'll work for most of them. It won't work for midpoint. You'll have to recreate a table for midpoint, okay? So where's my table going to start? 0. And then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I'm going to take those values and I'm going to plug them into this function. So what do I get when I plug a 0 in? 2. What about 1?
4.
3. What about 2? And 3. 8 and 4. 18. I'm plugging these x's into this function. 2, 6, thank you. And then 3 is an 8, is it? 9, no. 11, yes, we were. So we said that one's 11 and this one was 6. Oh, your first name. All right, do we have the numbers correct now? All right, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to find, let's do 3 of them. You're going to do an LRAM. I want you to do an RRAM, and I want you to do a trapezoid. So I'm going to give you about 2 minutes. See if you can get through those 3, and then we'll talk about the midpoint. Okay? So everybody try those 3 right now on your paper or wherever you're writing it. Morning. All right, guys, have about another 30 seconds or so to do LRAM, RRAM, and trapezoid. All right, we ready? Okay, so how many rectangles did we say we were going to have? 4. So I'm going to set up space for 4. And again, this is those of you that just walked in, this is on the final, so that's why we're going through it, because it wasn't in the review. Okay? So I'm setting up 4. And what is my distance in between on each one of these, no matter which one? It's always 1 right now, right? I'm going to set up my 4 ones. Not that I really need those for the final exam. Okay? So LRAM says I start from which side? The left. So starting from the left, I'm going to start with what height? 2, then what? 3, then 11. And what'd you get? 22. All right. RRAM says I start with what value? Right 18. And then what do I go to? 11. 3. Okay, and we add those up, and what do we get? 38. 38? Are we sure?
Yeah, it is
38? Okay. Okay, let's take, yeah, because that's 20, isn't it? Okay. So trapezoid, we still have 4 trapezoids. We got to set that up a little bit differently. So remember, we divide them all by 2. And then we set up places for the 2 heights, places for the 2 heights. All right, and then my distance in between is still what on all of them? 1. And then I got to start with this height. So what height do I start with? 2. And then what height do I use? And then I repeat the 3 in the second trapezoid. Then what height do I move to? 6. Repeat the height in the trapezoid. What height do I move to now? 11, and repeat the height. And then what's my final height? 18. All right, so probably what I would do is add up all the numbers and then divide by 2 at the end. What did we end up with? Did we not get that far yet? I heard 29. 29.5. 30. We got a couple people there. Everybody got 30? Makes sense. It's between 38 and 22, right? Okay. I'm going to erase LRAM and RRAM because I want to be able to do midpoint here. Everybody okay with the 30? Yeah. All right. Let's now talk about the midpoint. What would happen if the midpoint showed up? Okay. So, yeah, we're going to have to do a half. So let's talk about making a chart for that, though, rather than trying to do that by hand, okay? Or kind of by hand. So if I thought about it, I still have these values 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? And I still have the distance of what in between them? 1. All right, but if I'm talking about midpoint, what number do I really want to get the value of here? 0.5. And then in between these two, I want to do 1.5. And in between these two, I want to do 2.5. And in between these two, I want to do 3.5. And where's the best place to put this if you're doing a midpoint? Shouldn't you put that into F1 and then use your calculator to help you if you have access to it? All right, so I want everybody to do that right now. I want you to put that into F1, calculate your 4 values here. Okay, you only need to do the 4, and then get your midpoint sum. So I'm going to give you everybody 1 minute to do that. So everybody find your midpoint sum. Yes, you're putting in the halves. All right, we got it. Okay, what'd you get for 0.5? 2.25. What about 1.5? 4.25. And 2.5? 8.25. And 3.5? Good. Okay, and then when you added those all up for the MRAM, so 2.25 plus 4.25 plus 8.25 plus 14.25, what'd you get? 29? All right. Okay, is there anything else you were super confused about for the final? Anything else you'd like me to go over again?
What was the integral and the different integrals?
Indefinite, indefinite? Okay.
It has the values?
Yeah, so indefinite does not have the values. So indefinite
No value.
is something like 2x plus 2, right? So all you do is you integrate it the way it looks, and this is the one where you add plus c. Should be obvious from your answer choices, okay? We will never mix definite and indefinite answer choices together, okay? A definite integral has numbers on it, so like 0 to 2 of 2x squared plus 2 equals dx, and you're going to get a number answer because they gave you values to plug in. You're going to start the same way. Your integral is going to be exactly the same. You're just going to plug into one. Okay? Are there any other questions that you want to ask before I let you have some time? Oh, you want to talk about your trig derivatives?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go through. Oh, you do not need to know your trig integrals, just your trig derivatives. So that should narrow it down. Okay? I'm putting this in front because that says take the derivative of it, right? So what's the derivative of sine? Cosine x. Okay, derivative of cosine is negative sine. All right, derivative of tangent. Secant squared. Good. Derivative of cotangent. Negative cosecant squared. Derivative of cosecant. Cosecant, cotangent. And then the derivative of secant is secant tangent. Okay? All right, are there any others that we need to talk about? Anything else? All right, so the rest of the periods, you've got a good half an hour. You could be redoing your study guide. You could be, I think I have one of the videos up. I'll try to get the other videos up here. Or try to render one of them because I got math analysis done. And then you could be getting homework stamped, right? Today is the absolute last day to get homework stamped. I will be leaving after 5th period, so do not count on coming after. Actually, I take that back. I will be here, but I have a meeting after school. So assume I'm gone after 5th. Okay? So let me hit a button here and stop this thing from recording, and then I will start stamping. Remember, if you have any partial